Well, Mark, all right, man, it's all you. It's your segment. And we're calling this Marc's Remarks, which we'll talk about here in a second with the newsletter and your videos here. Marc's got a ton of really cool superhero collectibles, movie stuff. I mean, you name it, he carries it all over there. But Marc, looking at the newsletter here, and you send this out every week. Your clever title, Marc's Remarks. Talk to us about your strategy with newsletters and how you imbue it with your own personality.
Well, I get newsletters from a lot of different sources, Eric, just like you do and everybody else does, I'm sure. Everything from an Amazon newsletter to Best Buy to some of my competitors' newsletters so I can keep tabs on what they're doing. And I'm sure you'll notice that many of them are very cold. They don't have any personality to them. It's just, here's what we have, buy this, buy that. And, I want to add some personality to my newsletter. So I added a section called Marc's Remarks. It may be, encouraging someone to purchase something, or just an informational paragraph about, what's coming in soon, or whatever, but it's coming with my voice, with my personality, and not just a bullet point list of here's what you can buy at Alter Ego Comics.
Right.
Well, in addition to, the newsletter, and one thing I did want to add about the newsletter is, if you are sending one out, and you absolutely should be, because I still believe it's the best way to keep in touch with your customers. Whether everybody's using social media, a lot of people are doing video as well, but a newsletter is something that, that most folks are going to open it if you have a great subject line, and if you provide great content in your newsletters. That's still the best way to reach your customers. Mm-hmm. But as far as video, we started doing comic book reviews. In addition to the website, I also operate a brick-and-mortar comic book store. So we do comic book reviews every week. And I was saying before we got on the call, I actually shot this week's episode right before I got on the call today. And we started at, as Lynn was mentioning, used a flip cam when we first started. Set it up on a tripod, sat down in front of a card table, and I actually got another staff member to help me out, and we would review comic books. And we've been doing that now for, today we did our 136th episode, so we've been doing that for 136
Wow.
weeks, give and take.
Wow.
And that was the beginning of our foray into videos. And then we started doing product reviews as well for the website. And again, they started out kind of simple. And I think maybe that's the best way for people to start, to test the waters. Start out on the easy end. And they don't have to be long videos either. Our product review videos or our product spotlight videos are usually, 1 minute to 3 minutes in length. And it still gives potential customers a chance to see something in 3 dimensions, to maybe add some scale to the piece, if you're talking about something that they can't tell how large the product is. So we eventually ended up deciding to outsource our videos. We had a really good year a couple of years ago and had some cash left over, and I just decided, I'm going to hire a company. We were fortunate to have a new video production company move in about a half block up the street from us, and decided, I'm going to outsource this for a year and see what happens. And I'm in my second year with them now, and it's taken a lot of weight and responsibility off of my shoulders. I don't have anyone on staff that is great with video production or graphic design. So if you have the ability to outsource it, why not give it a shot? Give it a trial run. Try it for 3 months or 6 months, and see how things go. If your videos justify the expense of hiring that outside company, and I really look at those guys as an extension of my staff. They've been working with us long enough now that they know the products that we're talking about. They know the look and feel that we're going for with the videos, and it's just a very good working relationship.
Marc, before you go on, I think that's such an important topic that you're covering. Is a lot of the merchants that I speak to, they're trying to, as you can relate to, they're trying to watch every dollar that goes out. But one of the things that they're doing is just everything. They're sometimes doing the graphic design. Sometimes they're even learning how to program. They're doing so much, and they're almost about to collapse under the pressure. Is that something you can relate to? I mean, what do you think on that?
Oh, absolutely. And I think everybody goes through that. I mean, nobody starts a business and has instant success within the first 6 or 12 months. At least I don't think that's the way it works.
Right, right.
So it does take time. And in the beginning, you have to be in the trenches, taking care of, as much as you can and pinching pennies. But hopefully, as your business grows, you kind of loosen the purse strings a little bit, and you can find, whether it's web design, whether it's social media, SEO, or video design, or video production, I should say. These are things that you should definitely be looking to outsource, unless you have a competent staff member that can handle it, or you're comfortable doing it yourself. But again, there are only so many hours in the day, and as a business owner, it's not always the easiest thing to do your own everything.
Right. Mark, let's zip through the other bullet points here. I want to get to some of the screen grabs from some of your videos. So what else we have here?
Well, the second one on there, using photos of staff, that's just a great way for people to get to know your staff, to get to know your business, and it's a great way to separate yourself from the big box stores. Because I don't know anybody that works at Amazon except Jeff Bezos, and I don't think he works there. I think he just sits back somewhere counting his money.
Right.
So, this is a way for us to, again, have that personal touch with our customers, so that if they call in and they get one of our staff members on the phone, they may recognize them from a Facebook photo. They may recognize them from a video. And I think it makes them more comfortable. Lynn mentioned earlier, when someone can see your photo on the website and then actually talk to you or send you an email and get a response, they feel like there's a connection there, and there is a connection there. Right. So use yourself, use your staff, and don't be afraid to get in front of the camera. Putting your personality into newsletters and social media posts, that's kind of a no-brainer. There are big budget Hollywood studios that have no personality. They're posting, tweets and Facebook posts about upcoming movies, and they're just dry, and they're, why do you want to go see this movie? They're posting
Right.
things. They're not interacting, and that's the key to remember. If you're not injecting your personality, you're not going to be able to interact with your customer base, and you're going to end up losing customers that way.
Right.
One of the things that I'd like to do, and again, I've stolen this from someone, I don't remember where, but I send out handwritten postcards to our customers when they place orders with us, and I can't do it for everybody, but I try and hit first-time customers with a postcard about 3 or 4 days after they receive the product. And I take the time. I make myself every morning. The first thing I do when I come into the office, I do 5 postcards, and it takes very little time and effort and money, but it pays dividends big time. I've heard many people, talk to other members of my staff or myself and say, it was really great to get that postcard from you, or they'll call and ask for me personally, and because I say in the postcard, if there's ever anything I can do for you, please let me know. And some people take me up on that, and I do my best to accommodate them.
Mark, I've got a original Mark Boker postcard framed on my desk, right behind my desk. I'm so thankful for it, man.
Wow, I think that's the best compliment I've ever gotten.
Well, I want to go back to something you said about Amazon. I love the point that you made there about Jeff Bezos, et cetera, because what we're talking about here, injecting the personality into your brand, into all aspects of videos, content, et cetera, that's something Amazon can never do. I mean, Amazon is the ultimate generalist superstore. Most people on the call have niche stores, such as yourself, and this is kind of the anti-Amazon strategy, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And, it's going to take extra time. It's going to take extra effort, and you have to train your staff appropriately to be able to handle situations like that. For example, we'll get people who call, and they just want to talk about what they collect and what they like. It starts off with a question about when is product such and such coming out, or what can you tell me about this item? And we do that, but then they say, oh, I love Star Trek, or I love Star Wars. And you can have a conversation with this person for 15, 20 minutes. That's never going to happen at Amazon. That's never going to happen at some of the big box stores.
I want to underscore even that, what you're talking about people relating to you because you like what they like. They feel like they can relate to you. They relate to your brand conversely. That's huge. I mean, they feel like you're one of them, right?
Well, and I am. And that's why I started my business, and I'm assuming that's why some of the other people in the call started their businesses, because they're passionate about what they're selling or what service they offer. Right. And people can see that. They're not stupid. People can tell when you're blowing smoke. But if you're legitimately a fan of whatever you're dealing with, then they can tell, and they're going to want to deal with you rather than someone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's authenticity. I mean, if you put yourself out there as the real deal, like you said, people take note. They can see through it. If you're not, people can pick up on when it's just smoke and mirrors. But if you're the real deal, if you've got that authenticity, that can play big dividends into your brand. That's some really good feedback you're giving us today, Mark. So I want to transition here to some of your screen grabs on the videos. So tell us about what we're seeing here. This is in your store, right?
Right. We've done videos in lots of different places. So this is one because people wanted to see the inside of the store. So this is one where we're giving recommendations on our favorite Batman stories. And this video has gotten over 17,000 views on YouTube, and it's been up for a little over a year. And with me is one of my staff members, Josh, who was a little hesitant. He's actually the guy that does the weekly reviews with me as well. And he was a little hesitant about getting in front of the camera. And I said, well, you need to do this. You're smart. You're articulate. You know the product that we're talking about. And once he started, you know, he really digs it now. And people enjoy seeing the banter between the two of us and getting different viewpoints instead of just having one person in front of the camera. So it's great to have staff that's willing to take that leap and give it a shot, and it's paid off for us.
Now, Mark, for people wanting to check out your videos, what is the YouTube address there?
It's youtube.com/alter-ego-enterprises. I don't think there's a .com in there. No, it's alter-ego enterprises.
Yeah, everybody check those out. There's some really cool videos there. Well, Mark, this is a different type of video here that we're transitioning into. So this is actually a customer that put his own video up about the products he received from you, right?
Right. We have customers, and I think that this actually is bigger than just my industry, but they do what's called an unboxing video. And that's just a video of them receiving a package from UPS or FedEx, and they're opening the box. And so this is an unboxing video. A guy named Sean who reached out to us. He was a customer, and he reached out and said, hey, can we work out some sort of partnership agreement where where Alter Ego would sponsor his videos? And this has turned out to be a great working relationship. We've been with him for about 2 years, and he has close to 100,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel.
Wow.
And he, you know, will tag his videos with our logo and our URL, and links in the YouTube video, or I'm sorry, in the comment area of his YouTube videos that are helping with our SEO and driving traffic our way. So it was, you know, you find people that are passionate about the product or service that you offer, and then try to work with them in some capacity. You know, a lot of people do affiliate marketing or have affiliate programs. This is just a variation on that, and it's worked out really well for us.
Well, and I think this just goes to show if you can get the raving fans to talk about you and your brand, that's the best kind of advertising you can do, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there are so many advertising opportunities where it's just throwing money into the wind and hoping that it works out well for you. This is one of the, you know, it's a surefire way to drive traffic to your site, especially when you find people that have big followings. I mean, not everybody's going to have 100,000 followers or subscribers on their YouTube channel, but, you know, find somebody that has 500 Twitter followers or someone that has a handful of subscribers to their YouTube channel, and there's room for growth there. And, you know, as I said, you can't do it with everybody. You kind of have to pick and choose, but when you find the right partners, it really pays off.
Absolutely. Mark, any final comments for anybody that's just kind of watching all of this from you and Lynn, that's trying to take all of this in, not sure exactly where to start? What kind of final comments would you leave them with?
I would just say you need to start somewhere. Everyone will agree that video is an essential part of marketing your business these days, but there are lots of different ways to do it. You know, they can be educational videos like Lynn does. There can be product reviews like I do. And there can be, you know, finding customers that want to review your products for you. Find one of those avenues and just start. And you'll find that once you start, it gets a little easier every time, and you'll continue to grow. And if you haven't claimed, you know, your YouTube URL, you absolutely need to do that for your business. And that's one of the situations that we ran into. We have an LLC that Alter Ego Comics is under, so I went with Alter Ego Enterprises, which is the name of our LLC. And then, unfortunately, someone else grabbed up the Alter Ego Comics URL. So we're stuck using the other one. So, you know, stake your claim on YouTube now so that you don't lose it, or that someone else doesn't do it for you. But video should be, it's an essential part of any marketing campaign now in an ongoing way, not just a once in a while we're going to do videos, but, you know, there needs to be some consistency there, and you'll find that your viewers will tune in and your viewership will grow.